Okay, so this is a deck I took for this past Thursday at locals. I played branded Despia or Despia, pure Despia, whatever. This is after a new structure deck, Albaz structure deck. Did pretty okay. Went X2 out of 6 rounds. The first 3 rounds I played mirror matches. So there were like 7 people on the same deck. The first one I beat 2-0. Kind of seemed like he didn't know what that like interactions with the cards did. Because he tried to tell me like I couldn't bring back Mirror Jade with Ad Libitum. The second mirror match, round 2, I beat in game 3. It was just like a real grandy game. It was, we both kind of break. We were just crashing with crushing our strategies together. Round 3, I played my friend Denny in another mirror match. That one I lost really bad. Just game 1, I ended up activating Gamma on his Albert. He ended up talents, taking the brand fusion out of my hand, and I just had a whole bunch of bad hand traps after that. So yeah, because of me, Denny is now playing talents from testing the night before. Round 4, I played against I think I played against Prank Kids. I'm not sure what I played against round 4. No, round 5 I played against Prank Kids, and round 6 I played against Based, which I beat both Prank Kids and Based. Round 4, I don't know what I played round 4. But anyway, so my deck is, I want to say it's kind of standard. It has no adventure token cards. But yeah, it's 40 cards, which is something that most most Despia decks nowadays like aren't running. It's just like, I don't know. I just wanted to go 40 cards for more consistency. But I finally got my Richard token at Tulsa Regionals, so happy about that. It's kind of like off subject, but for the main deck, 2 Aliber, 1 Tragedy, 1 Comedy, 1 Ab Libitum. I'm kind of like not sold on Comedy. Yeah, it does come up sometimes, but I kind of side it out sometimes. It's just, I don't know. I just don't kind of like it. I feel like probably Dramaturge will be a little bit better, but Dramaturge doesn't really come up as much anymore. 2 Albaz. Unfortunately, they're common Albaz. Show of God, Secret Rares, whenever there were $5 at the time. Like, I was actually considering picking a ton of them. Yeah, but Celestial Dasher for the Fusion Destiny. Hand traps. 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, 3 Bell, Gamma Driver. Gammas are pretty good. It does come up where I not Fusion Destiny. What's it called? Brand Fusion, and they tried to Ash. I just activate Gamma. When it's just well, I'm just starting off with the Fusion. I want to call it Fusion Destiny. I'm just starting off with Brand Fusion. For spells, 3 Super Poly, These were originally main decked talents, but I was expecting a whole bunch of mirror matches that I've decided to swap them out for Super Poly. Like put Super Poly main deck and put talents in the side deck. This was alright. I only seen it once against Denny. And I've seen it against base by Super Polying away the Verde and Enforcer. For the branded cards, 3 opening, 3 fusion. This one came out damaged, like a scratch just on the card, like in the front of the card out of the stretch deck. It's kind of like, it's still playable. Like there's not like you can't tell from from the back. Try to pull out, cause like you can't really tell. Like it's just scratch on the front. But I don't know. It's just me having OCD. That's kind of like a little bit upsetting. Last branded card, 3 Brandon Red. I was considering 2 playing the theater, but theater never really comes up. Most times it's just side 1 out. And then 2 Fusion Destiny, Foolish, and Called by for 40 cards. It worked out pretty good. I mean, sometimes you break, sometimes you don't. So, extra deck, 2 Guardian Chimera, 2 Lebellion. This came out in the same structure deck that the Branded Fusion, the scratched Branded Fusion came out of. So, that's, yeah, still kind of. I guess I can swap it out for the one that isn't damaged. But I don't know. I kind of like the scratch. 2 Mara Jade. So there's a ruling where with Mara Jade where if you start off by normal summoning Albert, grabbing the Brand Fusion, you go through your combos, and whenever you send Tragedy to you add Libiton. Use Mirror J to banish itself. And then on end phase you would set Branded Red. So with that, whenever you fuse into Chimera or something, Ad Libiton will bring back the Mirror Jade. It is ruled now. It's always been ruled, but there's a ruling where Mary J will still be able to use the effect because the way it's worded is this card can't use its effect the next turn. Since they left and came back, is no longer that same card that's before. That kind of makes sense. To Albion, I never really used the fusion effect. Just mainly sent it off for what's it called, to use the effect, like to add or set a brand spell trap. 2 Masquerade. This was pretty alright. Ended up game 2. I end up game 2 of the base player. I end up getting down to 400 life points. On draw phase, I end up using what's it called? On draw phase, I end up using Masquerade, using Brandon Red, target Tragedy. Because it was a kind of weird game. Like I end up for that turn, he ended up placing his what's it called, Stream Riser Dragon in the zone over the EMZ, and I ended up taking it with Anima. And top deck Brandon Red, and I ended up setting it. So I ended up doing enough damage so he would be at 400. So on draw phase, I activated Brandon Red targeting what's called Tragedy, and special summoning Masquerade. So he couldn't even play. And then one Quaterus, however you want to say it. Yeah, I'm just like one Enforcer, one Draco Stapelia for Super Poly. This never really came up, or it did come up. They come up against Denny, and then it came up against Base. And the last two cards in the extra deck are Anima and Verde. Honestly, I think this should have been like, I don't know, I'll probably keep the Anima, but I'll probably end up taking out Masquerade for Mud Dragon. It was pretty alright. Side deck, 3 Token Collector, 3 Nibiru, 1 Banshee, and 2 Zombie World. Originally I wasn't playing these 3 cards, but Jensen and Denny convinced me to play these 3. It's just a blowout against what's it called? It's just a blowout against Flaunderies, because all they can never do is like bring out their smaller monsters. They can't tribute summon for anything. Against Tri Brigade, they can't banish their monsters from the extra deck. It's just really good. I would have probably seen it against the Sword Soul, but oh, that's what it was. Sword Soul round 5 or 4. Sword Soul ended up being me. But I don't think it would matter too much. So 3 talents and 3 twin for the last cards of the side deck. Overall, I really like the deck. It's just like, it just has the same power as any other deck. It just kind of breaks a little bit. But like, you can't play whenever it does break. The overall did pretty good. It did what it's supposed to. I could have kept on remembering to resolve some effects, but yeah. But anyway, I'll probably be doing like more branded variants of the deck. So probably play Branded Eldritch next week, or probably try to improve on this. But overall, the deck did like so good. Ended up getting 9th place, so I couldn't, I missed on getting packs for the week, but it's alright. But yeah, that's it for the deck. Hopefully Denny and Jensen do good at Fayetteville. At the time of this recording, tomorrow is Fayetteville Regional. I can't go, unfortunately. I already made plans with my girlfriend to hang out with her. So this was like weeks before Fayetteville was announced. So yeah, so good luck to Denny and Jensen. Good luck to anybody else from Oklahoma going to Fayetteville. But yeah, this is it for the deck, and hopefully I can still play this and still do kind of alright with it.